Hello everyone, this is Linda Ramirez from the Orchestra 101 podcast. I went ahead and made a quick tutorial on the classroomscreen.com that I mentioned in episode 11 of my podcast called Technology in the Orchestra Classroom. Go ahead and type in classroomscreen.com. Now I'm already logged into mine. But you go ahead and sign in, get an account. It is free, but you can also pay for some features. Like I went ahead and paid for mine because you can go ahead and save different screens. For example, I have one here that I just created called First Period, and then you can make a new one, and so you can have one for each class period, depending if you have different different types of classes. So I'm just going to quickly show some of the quick features that you could use in the Orchestra Classroom. I'm going to go ahead and open this one. Now right here in the bottom you have your menu, and you can go ahead and change the backgrounds. I like using this chalkboard feature one, but you can definitely, there's a lot of arrays. You can upload your own background. You can go with just basic colors, but I like using that chalkboard. Then you have this random name picker that I had mentioned in the podcast. Like, let's say you're gonna do a playing test, or you're going to pick just a couple of kids to play. You can go ahead and you put your list there in before time, and you can put it here in the middle. You can make it as big as you want. It makes a little sound there, and so it picks the name of the student. Okay, you can have that as small or as big of a feature. Right. The other thing I like to have is the dice here. If you want to play a couple of repetitions, or you can have your students do individual study, and you can say, okay, I want you to do a certain measure, 5 times, or we can roll the dice. Okay, you're going to do a repetition of 4, and it just makes it more fun versus teacher saying how many times to do it. This I don't use. Which is a sound level. Obviously in the Orchestra Classroom, it's always loud, so that's a feature I typically don't use. I like this one right here. You can upload an image. You can upload or connect your webcam. I was on this YouTube one. If I can go ahead and use this one really quick. Just gonna copy this link right here. And then I'm going to go back to my classroom screen, which I accidentally erased. That's okay, because it's saved here for me. Background. There we go. And I'm going to go to media, go to YouTube, go ahead and paste that link there. And now that little metronome is saved there, and you can make it as big as you want. And, you can say, okay, guys, let's do 5 repetitions of measures 3 and 4, and then you can use your text thing here, text box, and you can say practice measures 1 through 4 of such song or piece, and then practice with a metronome. All right, obviously I can't spell practice. There you go. And then you can put 2 repetitions, or you can go use the 2 dice and put, there you go, you can do 6 repetitions. And it's just a fun way of having the kids do something. Maybe you can do this while you're tuning or taking attendance. Tons of ways that you can go ahead and do that. Okay, stop that. Again, you can make this as large as you want, as small as you want. You can keep as many windows as you want open, as you can see. There's a traffic one. I know this is more geared towards elementary, but that'd be fun. Maybe you can do this if you have a very large classroom. All right, individual practice. You can use the green stoplight. You can let them know that you're coming close to an end, or just go straight to the red light and let them know, okay, it's time to stop. It also has work symbols here. Again, this is something that we really probably wouldn't use in the classroom together, but I don't know, maybe you can. I personally have not used this particular feature. These I have. These are the timers. So there's the timer and it'll do a countdown. If you wanted to add more time, you can with the plus signs or decrease time. And then you have different sounds that you can use. Let's see. Okay, that one was not fun. So you can use those different kind. Again, you can make those that make this as big as you can, or maybe not. No, I guess not. So that's the timer. Here's the stopwatch. Again, something similar there. This one goes up. See how long it takes to unpack. And there you go. You could, time the students. I like having the clock on the corner. You can change it here to 24 hours. If you make it bigger, it just becomes the clock, which is a cool feature if you don't have one in your classroom. Or you can make it a little bit smaller so you can have both the digital and the analog clock. And then you can have your calendar there on the side. So if you have a bell ringer that you want to put, you can use the text here. And it's just cool because sometimes I know that maybe you don't have enough whiteboard, or you don't have a whiteboard, or maybe you have a chalkboard or whatever. You might have limited space. Oh, sorry, you have to use this one to move. So you can go ahead and use this feature here in if you have your computer connected. So you can do bell ringer, and then you can type what your bell ringer is, and then you can have a lot of information here written on the board. These here, again, you can go ahead and make it full screen, and then you can minimize the lighting of these menu boxes here. And so it's just really neat because you can have a lot of information, you can have a lot of things open on here. Like there you go, you have 10 minutes for a bell ringer, which I know we don't have that much time, but let's see, we'll do 5 minutes for a bell ringer. Oops. There you go. And then you can do that. And you can have all this information on here. So that's classroom screen. Again, you go here, home. The other thing that I had mentioned was making a new group maker. So I go here and you can select your class period. So let's see, we go to 8th period, and then I click next, and let's say I want 5 groups. And this automatically lets me know with the number of students that I have, that if I have 5 groups, I'll have 5 students per each. You click create groups, and there you go. It automatically creates groups here for you. And I believe there's other options that you can play around here with. I wanted to see, yeah, so there's an option here where you can, here it is. You can label your group, like you can call this 8th period, and then you can use numbers instead. All right, so there you go, 8th period, first group, 8th period, second group, and that's here in this little settings feature. All right, you can have it hidden, so it could just, just have the groups. So however you want to do that. So that's a pretty cool feature. If you go back home, it'll save it here for you. Okay, obviously I didn't put a title, I erased it, but if you had put in a title there, you go ahead and it'll label it for you. So there it is, just something fun for a classroom screen.